Hello friends, my name is Dr. Jyoti Prakash and I am Assistant Professor in the Department of Management, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. Now, you have seen in your syllabus that at the end of every unit of HRM, some case studies should be described, or some understanding of case study should be given to you, so that you just understand. And it is also one of the method of the job training, means in the lecture of training we will understand, or we will see that one of the method used for of the job. So, case study is all about presenting a particular situation in a company and how that particular situation can be handled, and if you are at that place, what you will do and what you do in order to sort out or in order to face out that particular situation. So, case study is all about a type of, we can say a type of simulation, or a type of portraying a situation that you may face while working in an organization. So, I have selected two cases in this particular video lecture, and we will have a discussion on these two cases, and these two cases have been basically taken from the book of HRM and I have mentioned two particular case. So, just start this video lecture by discussing or by having a discussion on the concept of case study. Means how a case study just give you an idea about the concepts of HRM, and you just understand that the concept of HRM that you have studied in your earlier video lecture, and how you are going to apply in the particular case studies. So, I have basically this case study, I have divided this case study into certain points, so that, or the key point that so that you just get an idea about the particular case. So, the first case study is totally based on the human resource planning, or the human resource and the strategy in order to tackle out the situation that has arisen in the particular firm. So, the case study is like this way. So, Viksha Pharma Limited was established in 2008 and was started experiencing abnormal increase in human resource cost by 2014. Means some named Suviksha Pharma Limited, which was established in 2008, and they are now by 2014 they are basically facing some additional cost or human resource cost, and that somehow resultant in some certain sort of loss, or we can say that incur of cost in carrying out human resources in the organization. Mr. George has taken over the charge as new CEO in 2014, because the company is facing a particular situation. So, a person named Mr. George has taken over the charge of a CEO for tackling out the particular situation or the problem that the organization was facing that time, in fact. So, upon his takeover, he began to look for ways to make the organization more profitable. Obviously, as a new candidate, or as a new one, he or she has to prove out, because the organization has brought that individual Mr. George basically for sorting out or that particular situation or the problem that the organization was facing. So, obviously, that individual will try to justify the roles and responsibility and the purpose for that he or she has been brought into the organization. So, after taking charge of CEO, he started thinking about initiating or taking out the ways or the steps so that he can help out the organization in making profit, and helping the organization in saving the cost that they are basically carrying out in maintaining the human resources in the organization. Throughout his investigation, he found that the company human resources cost was too high and is a major cause for dwindling position of the company. Means as a CEO, after taking charge, he just started analyzing the different aspect of the company or the functioning or the performance or the activities of the company, so that he can accordingly identify the major problem which was responsible for that particular situation. So, by going through or by doing investigation, Mr. George found that the company human resource cost was too high, and this is the basically major problem which somehow creates the problem, the financial crunch which is facing by the company as well. So, Mr. George instructed the HR manager of the company to downsize the number of employees by 30%, creating a saving of rupees 3 billion. Means he instructed, because Mr. George is hired as a CEO, so he belong to top management. So, accordingly he can take decision and instruct the human resource manager to downsize some of the employee or 30%, some of the employees who are basically treated or who refers as additional resources for human resources for the organization. So, accordingly they can be downsized, and by doing so he was also portray a picture that the company can get a profit, or the company can save out the cost or like rupees 3 billion. So, he instructed the human resource manager accordingly. The human resource manager offered a counter proposal to Mr. George that it would be wise to expand the production and marketing operation of the company by revising the corporate strategy, as the market is providing opportunity for pharmaceutical industry. In the first line, Suviksha Farm is somehow dealing in pharmaceutical, and in the scenario in the year, basically pharmaceutical firm are gaining boom in fact, and they are making sustainable profit, and they are making more profit, the pharma firms. So, the HR manager has presented basically a counter proposal to the new CEO Mr. George, that it is better to expand our opportunities or expand our production and marketing operation of the company, so that accordingly we can cater or we can take advantage of the booming farm named pharma industry, instead of reducing or downsizing the number of manpower. The CEO Mr. George did not pay attention on the counter proposal. So, the HR manager initiated the downsizing process. Obviously, the Mr. George is the decision maker. So, accordingly he took the decision that downsizing was the most prominent or the most suitable action or the most suitable strategy which will be which should be adopted for saving the organization or in managing the situation or the problem that the organization was facing that time. So, the HR manager officially informed the employees in detail of the downsizing program. The booming pharmaceutical industry enabled the employees of the Suviksha Farm to find jobs in other companies without much difficulty, because as I told you, or as the case says that the pharmaceutical firms was booming, was on boom those days. So, the employees of Suviksha Farm did not find any difficulty in getting jobs in some other firms, means they got the job very easily in some competitive firm or in some other firms related to pharmaceutical. The company's financial position improved slightly in 2015, and the CEO told the HR that we achieved the goal. Means by getting involved in the process or in the strategy of downsizing, the organization basically saved out the cost that they are bearing in managing some more number of manpower, and by downsizing they are now they become in a they are in a good financial position in 2015, and Mr. George basically understood, and they just tried to he just tried to make understood the HR manager that the practices or the strategy that we have adopted, that basically good that makes some good sense, and we somehow achieved our goal that we have framed out before implementing the downsizing program. But the HR manager replied that we achieved the goal. In fact, obviously we have achieved the goal, but we lost an appropriate strategy, and our competitors gained a lot by employing our trained or expert staffs. Means the HR manager agrees that obviously we are in a sustainable position now, but we have lost out our expert or our key people, and our competitors are taking advantage of this because because we have downsized some of our employees, and our competitors took the advantage of our manpower, and they can also they can, by doing so, they can take advantage, or they can win the battle of the competition, of the race of the competition that is prevailing in the industry, or that is prevailing in that was prevailing in the scenario. So, it is all about a particular case in which there are two persons, Mr. George and the HR manager, and accordingly they are discussing on making a company, or in managing a problem that has arisen in the company, and accordingly a strategy has been taken named downsizing, and the effect of downsizing program has also give a positive result to the company. Means the company now the company was in a good financial position, but the HR manager is a person, or is a one who is basically who takes care, or who basically deals in managing or maintaining or of human resources. So, as a human resource manager, he does not, or he did not agree that the strategy that were adopted that were good, some other strategies or some other plans can be adopted, or some other course of action can be adopted, and in order to face out the problem that arose that time in the particular pharma firm. So, it is all about a case. So, the question is basically who is right, the HR manager or the CEO. So, and the second question is, would it be appropriate to modify the strategy based on the availability of the staff and when the market is favorable. So, the first question is who is right. Firstly, as student you just understand, in case no one is right or wrong, means everyone is free to express his or her opinion regarding a particular situation. Means case study is just give you an idea about a particular problem, means a particular situation that arise in a particular situation in an organization, and what strategy have been taken in order to solve out that particular problem. So, in this particular case we have seen that a particular problem is increased cost, and the strategy means downsizing of and why that cost is so increased, because of having so many manpower, because of ability of the manpower, we can say the surplus of manpower, and accordingly strategy can be adopted named downsizing. The HR manager has to perform the action or the course of action like downsize. That human resource manager has to downsize some number of manpower. So, no one is right or wrong, means you have to express your views in terms of like the question is who is right. Some person, some of the individual may say that HR manager is right, and some person may agree that the strategies or the decision of CEO is right. Means the HR manager is all about maintaining or dealing with human resource. So, accordingly the advice of human resource manager is also very good, that those human resources, because they are having the required skills and the skill set, they are different skill set of manpower, and they can be utilized by getting involved in the function of production, and they can be also utilized, or they can also be employed in some marketing activities of the companies, some branding activities or some promotion activity. So, these skills can be utilized in performing different functions of the company, and the company can also utilize their skills in this way too, and the decision of downsizing cannot be taken by the particular company. CEO is some individual may also agree that CEO is also right. CEO was also right. Mr. George was also right. How? Because he has to took care. He has to take care about the concern of the company, because the company has hired him as a CEO who will manage that particular situation that have arisen that day, in fact. So, CEO is also, we can most of the individual can also say that obviously CEO was also right, because he took any decision on behalf of the company, because he helped the company in saving the cost that they are investing or that they are incurring in managing the human resources of the organization. So, on some aspect or most of the or some of the individual may also agree that CEO is also right. And would it be appropriate to modify the strategy based on the availability of the staff, and also when the market is favorable? Because I told you earlier that in this particular case it has also been written that the pharmaceutical firm is on boom those days. So, that strategy that has adopted by the firm, it is suitable or not, because the organization is having the availability of the staff. So, what you suggest as a student, what you suggest that whatever the strategy that the firm has taken is appropriate or not, is good or not, when the market is favorable, means when the market is giving you an opportunity to expand your operations, expand your product categories, expand your services. So, in this favorable situation, in the positive scenario, the strategy that the company has the company took, that was correct or not. And if you were in the position of that human resource or that CEO, how you will tackle that particular situation. So, questions are like that, means you just judge your answer, you just judge your viewpoint, and you just keep yourself at the places of HR, either HR manager or CEO, and just think the situation and analyze the case by both the perspective, and analyzes the case, analyzes the situation, and accordingly you just think out about the suitable strategy or the suitable course of action that may be taken by you as well, if you are working or if you have been associated with any firm, or you have been assigned the role and the responsibility of a human resource manager. So, it is all about one case based on human resource planning. Means in the video lecture, in the concept of human resource planning, we have understood that firstly, the organizational objective should be taken care of by a human resource manager, means what the organizational objective the organization is carrying. On that basis, they just determine the job description and job specification, means the number of manpower required, the duty and responsibilities required, and the kind of experience and the other requisites, means that you have to decide the job specification or the job description. By keeping into the mind the job description and the job specification points, you just do audit the available or the existing manpower. Means you just analyzes the different or the available skill set of the existing manpower. By doing analysis or by doing auditing, you as human resource manager identifies that, if identifies yes, means the existing staffs have the required skill, the required experience, the required requisites that is required basically in order to perform that particular job or that particular vacancy. So, if you find that there is availability of manpower, so obviously you will employ or you will redeploy those individuals for performing that particular task. If you find that existing staffs do not have that particular skill set, then obviously you will go for hiring individual from outside sources. For that you have to perform the function like recruitment, selection, training and development. The next one, the third one, means if you find that there is surplus of manpower, there is more manpower available in your organization as required. So, accordingly you can perform some strategies or some action like downsizing, trim down part time workers, or early retirement we can introduce, we can get involved in the process of laying off. So, we have seen or we have understood in the lecture of human resource planning, or you must have a picture or you must have an idea about the human resource planning process. We have a discussion on that particular process. So, in this particular case, Mr. George or the new CEO finds that the existing staffs are more in number, means the organization does not require so much of manpower. So, accordingly he took decision regarding downsizing or trimming down. So, he took decision of regarding downsizing the employee. So, it is all about this particular case is totally based on the concept of human resource planning, means the concerned person has found that there is surplus of manpower. So, accordingly he has taken decision regarding tackling the situation of surplus of manpower. So, the next case has been the next case is basically based on job description and job specification. So, just start discussion on or just see the key points of a particular case. Mr. Kishore is a branch manager of Indian Bank at one of its village branches. His staffs included 2 clerks and 1 attender. Very often Mr. Kishore was left alone in bank after 5 p.m. To tally accounts, day books and complete all other formalities. On a day Mr. Kishore was working till past 2 a.m. tallying the accounts, since hardly one day is left for closing the accounts for the year. On this night, the branch manager was attacked by a band of robbers who looted rupees 5 lakhs after brutally wounding Mr. Kishore's right hand, which had to amputate later. After his recovery, the branch manager applied for compensation. The bank management was of the opinion that Mr. Kishore violated the job specification by working beyond the stipulated hours of operation. He, in their views, was not entitled to pay compensation as the accident occurs during non-employment hours. They also called for an explanation as to why the amount lost cannot be recovered from his salary and provident fund. Obviously, this case is totally based on the detail or the content of job specification, means in this particular case one situation has been portrayed or one problem has been portrayed that Mr. Kishore is a branch manager who is basically work beyond the given time period, and after that beyond time he worked and a particular mishappening occurred. That time means some robbers looted the bank and they looted rupees 5 lakhs, and overall the authority has blamed Mr. Kishore for this particular cause, that why he worked for so late, because his duty hours are defined in the job specification or in job analysis aspect. Job analysis or the appointment letter that he was given at the time of selection. So, the authority is also ready to cut some sort of compensation from the salary of branch manager Mr. Kishore. So, this is all about the case, and the questions like how you justify the bank's stand in this particular case, and what modification do you suggest in the job specification to overcome such incidences in future. How you justify the bank stand in case, obviously as a organization, again I am saying that in any case study or in any case every individual is free to express his or her own view, means no one is right, no one is correct, no one is right, no one is wrong in fact. So, you are free to express, means as some of the individual agree that Mr. Kishore is doing good, is was contributing well or ready to work beyond the working hour, the stipulated time. Why? Because he has the moral responsibility, or he has the responsibility that overall responsibility becomes mine, and my responsibility is to make the bank profitable, and for that he basically looked after the overall things or the affairs related to accounts and finance, even after the stipulated working time. How would you justify the bank's stand in this case? Some of the individual agree that Mr. Kishore was doing right, and some of the individual may also agree that the bank stand is also right, because the banks has described the job specification that in the video lecture of job specification you have seen the content that one of the thing like job specification is all about the personal qualification or the personal trait or the educational qualification that should be possessed by an individual if he or she is going to apply for a particular job. So, if you are going for a particular job, you should also understand the working culture or the working time or the working environment, the working days in fact. So, if you are working beyond the stipulated time, beyond the time that have been mentioned by your organization or by your firm in fact. So, if you are working beyond that time, so in this particular case we can also, some of the individual can also take a stand in favor of bank, that whatever the bank took decision regarding their stand, that was also good, that was also right. Why Mr. Kishore was doing so late or working beyond the stipulated time? The bank has not given any instruction or has not given any words to work beyond the time. At the time end, he is expected to return back to his home in fact. Why is the bank has not done anything, or the bank has not said anything? But some of the individual may also agree that Mr. Kishore, whatever the Mr. Kishore thought, that was also good, because that Mr. Kishore is somehow committed to the organization, committed to the firm, that from to the that he or she is was associated. He want to make the bank in a very profitable situation. For that purpose he was doing same. So, how you justify it is totally based on you, that how you justify the Mr. Kishore stands and Mr. Kishore expectation, and how you justify the bank stand in this particular case. And if you are a human resource manager, what modification you will do in your job specification in order to tackle out this situation or these incidences, because it may happen that in future this type of particular consequences or incidences may occur. So, in that case how you will handle. So, for that purpose you have to make the things or make the content of your job specification very clear, so that an individual, if an individual is coming to your organization, or if the individual is selected by you for a particular job or vacancy, he or she just gets an idea about the content, about the things, or about the detail thing that is required in order to perform the job. So, what modification do you suggest in job specification, so that these type of incidences or these type of consequences will not occur in future time or in coming time. So, these two cases are basically I have described in this particular video lecture. These two cases, one is totally based on human resource planning, the second case is based on job specification. I would like to take a quick view of job specification. Job specification is all about having a description about the individual quality or the personality or the skill set that is required for fulfilling for meeting out the requirement of a particular job, and also the working culture, the working days, the working time, that should also be included, that these things also included in job specification. So, you should make these things so clear, so that a potential candidates get an idea about a particular job, and if the thing suits expectation or the requirement of an individual, so accordingly the potential candidate can take decision whether to apply or not apply for that particular post. So, these are two cases I have described, and these two cases have been taken from the book named Essential of Human Resource Management and Industrial Relation. The author name is P. Subba Rao. You can go through the case in detail and just get an idea about the different situation that may occur or that may and that arised in different firms or the companies, and accordingly you just think out the different strategy and the course of action that you should adopt in order to tackle out the situation. I hope you will understand or you will get an idea how to solve or how to get an idea about a case study about a particular problem. That's all in this particular video lecture. I hope you will like this. Thank you, students.